All right, guys, let's knock this out. I got work to do.
Hey, how have the practices been since the first game? Is it a different theme now that you have more info to work off of?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had some things we had to address from the first exhibition, and which is always the case, and kind of try to clean up some of our stuff, and and to be honest with you, we're still, trying to put our entire packages in, and that will happen probably over the course of the next month, and even continue throughout the season. But then you start taking a slant preparing for Nicholls State.
Are there things that you really like and things that you don't like? I know it's way early.
I mean, listen, nothing yet, because I don't think anything's set in stone. I mean, I wouldn't say there's anything that like, oh my gosh, this is an Achilles heel, and maybe that'll show up over the course of time. But at this point, no. I mean, you want guys to play with great effort and value the ball, and share the ball, and play as a team. And then defensively, obviously looking for guys, to pressure the ball and be in good position. So I don't see anything. Any glaring things yet, but that doesn't mean those won't show up.
Have you figured out who will take Courtney's spot in the starting lineup?
Yeah, I mean, my plan would probably be to start Cedric in that spot.
Would it be kind of a mix of him and Adama with the minutes, or do you like Adama being a guy coming off the bench?
Well, I mean, if Cedric's starting, Adama's probably coming off the bench. So, I mean, I like Adama as a player no matter where he plays. So, yeah, I mean, I haven't, really thought too much about, what exactly the minutes are going to look like. I mean, that'll play out over the course of the game. And, Nicholls State is a good team. I mean, it's just probably a normal opener. They've won their conference the last 2 years. They play a really unique style. Their coach is, he's young and he's aggressive, and it's impressive what he's been able to do. In his short tenure there. They have a unique style of play, which, is, not always ideal to play the first game of the year, but it's going to be great for us to play against, because you're going to have to answer the bell. And if you don't answer the bell, you're going to be in a dogfight.
What's unique about theirs?
Well, defensively, they're a high pressure team. They deny a lot of passes, where traditionally a lot of teams are more, probably gap-oriented defensively. That's kind of been a trend in college basketball, but these guys are the opposite. I mean, they're the old on the line, up the line, really trying to take away your next pass, and, and not letting you get comfortable, not letting you run your traditional actions.
Is there a transition for a guy like Cedric who came from Campbell, and maybe the level of competition is down higher?
Well, we're going to find out. I haven't noticed one, particularly on a day-to-day basis. But, as you get into games, I guess that'll be the best indicator. But all in all, I've been really happy with Cedric, been really happy with the progress he's made, and we're lucky to have him, and, I'm expecting him to play well tomorrow.
With Nicholls State being a shorter stature team, how much do you see Dylan and Henry contributing?
Well, we'll see. I mean, I was just talking to Murph. I mean, this is a heck of a game for freshmen. I mean, you're stepping into a team that's going to be a high pressure, ball pressure, denial type thing. I mean, which traditionally, creates a lot of problems for an offense, and, can lead to a lot of turnovers. So, we'll have to see how they handle it. Hopefully they handle it well, and probably depending on how they handle it will depend on how much they play.
Without Ramey for 3 games, and with Boswell still working back from injury, should the fans not read too much into your rotation early on?
Well, I mean, it's the first game, so, like nothing's going to be set in stone. So, I wouldn't, if I was a fan, I wouldn't read too much into it, understanding that things will evolve over the course of time. But, when you mentioned Kylan Boswell, he's someone that, I expect to play. And, I mean, again, a heck of a game for a 17-year-old, who should be a senior in high school point guard to step into, but he's got poise, and, and hopefully he'll be prepared, and it'll be a great, welcome to him to high-level college basketball.
How much of it right now is a feeling out process for Kerr?
Filling out what?
Like, he only took 3 shots last game. It seemed to be.
Yeah, I mean, he and I have talked about that a little bit. I mean, I don't know if Curry really needs to be filling anything out. I think he needs to go get it. And so that's been the message from me. You go get it, you play how you play, and then, the team will react accordingly. I don't think he needs to bend over backwards to sacrifice to make sure other guys are getting up to speed. I mean, when Kerr's clicking at a high level, he's a high-level player. And, I'd rather have him play at that level than everybody else, catch up with him. This is perfect.
Oh, Bruce.
What?
No, Bruce.
Well, Bruce would start asking 8 questions right now. You know, no, I'm joking. No TV, guys, no nothing, so we're good. All right, guys. Well, you guys have a great Sunday. Go Seahawks. Can I say that? I'm joking. I'm joking. Yeah. Actually, I went to a Cards game a little bit. I was impressed. So, you know, I'm a transplant Cards fan now, I guess. Thanks, guys.